Today we're taking a look at a pistol released relatively recently by Beretta, the 92X Compact. I purchased this pistol a few months back and have been able to spend some time with it and figured I'd share some of my initial thoughts about it here. The 92X series was introduced by Beretta to take a bunch of the popular features and upgrades that shooters typically make to their Beretta 92 or M9 series pistols and make a production gun that could fill a variety of roles at an affordable price. There is quite the community of Beretta 92 aficionados out there, and an industry of aftermarket parts and customization to support it. Companies like Wilson Combat and Langdon Tactical have been doing some very cool stuff with Berettas for years. I was always intrigued and interested in taking a step into the world of the Beretta 92. When the 92X line was announced, I figured it would be the perfect place to start. The 92X Compact comes in a plastic, foam-lined case and includes 3 magazines as well as an alternately sized wraparound grip panel. Obviously, the bones of the 92X are pretty straightforward. It is classic Beretta 92. It's accurate, rugged, and its open slide design is extremely reliable in the feeding and ejecting of cartridges. For those not familiar with the Beretta 92, it is a double-action, single-action pistol, also known as a traditional double-action. The first trigger press with the hammer down is a long double-action pull. Subsequent shots are a lightweight, crisp single action. This is, of course, a compact model, denoted by the short slide and short grip. It has an overall length of 7.75 inches and an overall height of 5.25 inches. Standard magazine capacity for the 92 Compact is 13 rounds, though I am limited to 10 in my state. The 92X series utilizes the Vertec grip frame, which is significantly thinner than the original grip profile and designed to be comfortable for folks with a wide variety of hand shapes and sizes. This was a major reason I was interested in the 92X, as I find I occasionally struggle shooting with overly chunky double-stack pistols. The addition of wraparound grips with the classic profile gives shooters with larger hands the ability to configure the 92X that way as well. The grip frame is checkered on both the front and the back, which is a nice feature, and they also added an extended magazine release. The sights in the 92X are dovetailed, which means that you can basically replace them with whatever you see fit. The stock rear sight is blacked out and serrated. The front sight has a red dot painted on it, just standard enamel paint, nothing crazy. It's not a night sight. But I find these sights to work extremely well, and I have no plans to change them out. The hammer spring is a D-spring, which seems to be a common and easy modification that a lot of shooters will make to stock 92 models to improve the double-action trigger pull. I don't have any other Berettas to compare it with, but the trigger on the 92X feels great to me. I shoot revolvers quite a bit, so double-action triggers feel pretty natural. As you can see, this model also comes with a rail for mounting a light or similar accessory. I purchased the 92X Compact because I was on the hunt for a traditional double-action pistol in 9mm to use as a general-purpose, do-it-all gun. One that could be carried, used as a home defense tool, used at the range for extended periods of time, on both the square range and in classes, as I believe if you're going to have a gun as part of your personal protection plan, you need to train with it constantly. At this point in my handgun journey, I've decided that I am most comfortable carrying and shooting pistols that have a heavier double-action trigger. I fully understand and appreciate the idea of keeping your booger hook off the bang switch, but luckily we all get to decide what is best for each of us, and especially since I typically carry in an appendix position, the idea of a long, heavy trigger and an exposed hammer that I can thumb while reholstering is comforting, over, say, a striker-fired trigger with no manual safety. The 92X Compact is not the most svelte, carry-friendly pistol, but with the right carry position and holster, I feel that it's relatively easy to conceal, and I think the trade-off in increased shootability over a Pocket 9 is worth the small amount of extra effort needed to stow this in my waistband. Out of the box, I was pretty excited about the way the 92X felt and handled. A day spent dry firing got me used to the ergonomics pretty fast. One thing I noticed straight away was the sharp edges on the decocker and around the outer edge of the trigger guard. I used a little bit of sandpaper just on the decocker, and you can kind of see the finish wearing away there, just to round off that edge. And that made it a lot more comfortable to manipulate the slide, both for chambering around and clearing malfunctions. Otherwise, fit and finish seems to be what you would expect from a pistol in this price point. I've taken it to the range a couple times and put about 400 rounds through it. Not a single issue, with a variety of 115 and 124 grain ball, and the standard mix of federal and spear jacketed hollow points that I put through everything. With my mediocre handgun shooting skills, I found it to be fairly easy to punch holes in the 10 ring of a B8 target at 15 yards, which is more than I can say for the vast majority of autoloaders I have owned. Shooters who have spent limited time on a double-action, single-action gun need to pay attention to the transition from the double-action pull to the single-action pull. It takes some effort to learn two separate trigger pulls, but I have found that with some practice, it's not too difficult. I'm looking forward to using this pistol to continue to learn about running the traditional double action. I plan on putting at least another 600 rounds through it before it takes on any serious role in my security system, but I have high hopes for the 92X Compact as both a concealed carry piece and a house gun. Stay tuned for a more thorough review of the 92X Compact down the line, and as always, thanks for watching.